Alright. I have to be honest there. I could be really disingenuous and just review issue 2 of this, which is fucking dreadful. But that would be the sort of thing that I would criticise someone else for doing, focusing on the worst rather than the rest. This is Martin Quaid's despised sequel to Tragic Kingdom. He did this in the late 90s without Alec Rose, and Alec Rose ate it, and everyone who likes Tragic Kingdom hates it, and I hate Martin Quaid. I think he is an awful writer. I hated him long before it became well known that he was an arsehole and a shithead. I think he is a terrible writer from the same generation of writers that I notably have disdain for. This is a 2-issue event, if it can be called an event, that lets us see the miserable Tragic Kingdom versions of the DC characters again. I didn't like Tragic Kingdom either. I think it is the exact sort of faux love letter people like Martin Quaid or Kurt Busey or Alec Rose tend today. The narration boxes on this page are unreadable. It is Martin Quaid's hollow poeticism about the Silver Age. And this issue is all set up. It is now else. Set up for a story that fails to follow through and is so embarrassingly bad. But this first one of the 2 issues is fine. I could easily have just done issue 2 and really torn into it, but some of this isn't bad. Our plot is that Gubbins from Tragic Kingdom, he is ganning around and killing different Supermens across the multiverse. We have great art by Ariel Olivetti. He'll be gone by part 2. Here we are seeing all these dead Supermens in the afterlife. So then we get to see how Gubbins murdered some of these Supermens, and it all comes off as the sort of edgy, edgelord, edgy stuff that someone like Martin Quaid says ruined comics by making them dark and gritty and miserable. And the main thing in this comic is just seeing Gubbins kill and torture Superman in a variety of different ways. I said it was fine, but that doesn't mean I care or I like it. Martin Quaid just isn't a good enough writer. So yeah, Alec Rose, he doesn't like this, and neither does anyone else. I like the art in this issue. I went into this video thinking I was going to say I didn't mind the plot of a bad guy killing Supermens across the multiverse and the timeline, but it's just hypocritical shite from Martin Quaid. We get Gubbins' origin. He was a religious man who believed Superman was God. But then when Superman failed him, he decided Superman was the Antichrist, and he just gets handed cosmic powers by Pantsless Stranger, and Pantsless Stranger is really fucked over in this story. And the High Council of the DC Universe, they are written as total arseholes too. They are all shown to be self-serving authoritarians, willing to accelerate and magnify a disaster on Earth to reassert their own influence and control over the planet. Cut to Ripley and the Time Bandits. The idea is Gubbins, he is going back in time and murdering Superman a day earlier each time. I think that is an okay concept, but just Martin Waid, man, he is a shit writer. There hasn't been an iota of character or personality so far in this comic. No one has said anything that isn't exposition or announcing their agenda. So Ripley, he goes back in time to the day when Superman and Wonder Woman had a baby, when Wonder Woman gave birth. And one of the big criticisms that Alec Rose and the fans throw at this is that it shows a bunch of characters alive who were supposed to have died in the original story. It devalues the ending or whatever by showing people survived. That is far from the only problem with this story, though. The second issue is so bad. Gubbins, he shows up to murder Superman again, and he finds out Superman as a child, which he never knew about, and so the child now becomes Gubbins's main target. And the rest of this comic that has had no character is just a big fight with all the different heroes from Tragic Kingdom showing up to help Superman fight Gubbins. It's not even good. You didn't get to see anyone really D out. Like, the Flask, he runs in and gets knocked down. Gubbins is just very powerful. They never quantify or explain his powers. He can just do whatever he needs to do. And actually, I hate this a lot more than I thought I did. It is pointless and doesn't have a clue what it is trying to do. This is a writer who has started writing the story before he even has thought about the story. And now Gubbins, he isn't that interested in murdering Superman, and instead kidnaps his newborn baby to raise as his own. And look, Superman, he has had his symbol burnt into his chest. Isn't that the sort of wholesome Silver Age fun that Martin Waid often condemns the 90s for killing off? Fuck this comic, it is shit. It is like reading the instructions on a packet of tampons. That is the standard of writing here. It is drab, soulless shite, filled with the standard quirks of Martin Waid. God, I thought I wasn't going to tear this up. I thought it would be fair to do issue 1 before issue 2, which is even worse and definitely will get ripped up. But, yeah. You know what? This is shit too. Shit, I hit my camera. I was looking forward to having a Martin Quaid comic that I didn't rip up, because it would show that I'm not blindly destroying these comics based on my opinions or feelings towards the creators, or that these sorts of reactions are flights of fancy. But this was horse shit. The only reason I'd not be tearing this up was because it is technically better than the second issue, which really is not a compliment. It is better because it's not as convoluted and shit and confusing, and the art in this was good. But I have also torn up better comics than this. This isn't better than that Mr. Magnets one, or that issue of Astonishing Excellent Men. This is just a sad 7 thumbs up.